the game of the injury so quickly. I mean, just how heartbreaking is that? Just how emotional is that?
Yeah, it's heartbreaking. Brusdar, he's been so good for us. He's done a lot of good things. He's pitched in a lot of big ball games for us, postseason games, and he had a tough road back. Spent a lot of time in Arizona, and being on rehab, and then to come back and second or third hitter he faced to blow out, and it was a pretty good blowout. From what I understand, it was a grade 3 hamstring, and so that's a long road back. So I feel terrible for him and for his teammates, and I just don't know the outlook for this year certainly, but it was a tough one.
When you, I guess on a more positive note, just when you look at Clayton Kershaw's outing, how encouraging was it, especially just kind of outside of that fifth inning?
Yeah, I mean, Clayton was really good. I thought of the 3 so far this year, this was his best. I thought there was a combination of life to the fastball. It just had the life. I thought the slider was really good. The curveball was good. And it was good to see a few changeups in there. But I thought he did a great job. Command was really good. And obviously the will, kind of wild pitch or pass ball and throwing the guy out was huge. But he just managed the game really well. And for me, right there in the 5th inning, with Trey coming up, I just felt, we're trying to keep that game right there. And I wanted him to get through Schwarber, and I just felt that was the best chance to kind of minimize the damage and give us a chance. And then obviously I felt good about Brusdar going out there for the 6th, and it just kind of, unfortunately, we already talked about what happened. And I thought Brent did a great job as far as taking down the rest of the game and saved everyone else, and we pushed him tonight. And when you're in a stretch of 19 games in 20 days, you need guys that can do that. And we're in a good spot to win the series tomorrow. And so that's the main thing as far as, in a major league season to win series.
We know you went out there from Graterol, he pretty much know it.
He knew. He was talking to Kike a little bit, but he knew, and it was, he knew.
What do you say to a guy like spot like that? Obviously,
I'll follow with him tomorrow, but I think right now he's just so emotional, and as a player, when something like that happens, kind of what it entails, and it's not good.
Dave, you've been saying you'll bet on Clayton. When you saw him spot his fastball like you did last night, can you see the way forward for him and how he can?
I can. I thought, tonight is one of those things where, I can speak to, giving him time and some runway, but this guy is the greatest competitor I've ever been around, and so the time for him is now. And tonight there was just a different look tonight, coming off that last outing, and you can see it. And I think anyone who was watching the game can see the conviction in the throws, and he was going to will himself to have a quality outing, and he did that.
Phillies obviously have fiddled with the changeup for such a long time. Do you feel like he's settled for right now first for him?
It's sort of been like a little toy for him, and I think that right now he's kind of feeling and appreciating the fact that he's got to use different weapons, and that's a good thing. And I'm the first to say that, use it, keep those guys honest, keep them off your fastball in for the right-hand hitters, and they know you've got a good slider, but if you have something going a little bit the other way, it keeps them off, keeps them honest, and it's good to see him get a little bit more confidence in that pitch.
Yeah, the 5th inning there, right? It's third time through the order. It's Trey Turner. That said, like in the past, right? We've seen you give maybe Clayton a little bit more rope than you would other pitchers. What do you kind of have to see from him, I guess, to get to that point where it's like, okay, you know what?
I think that's that. A lot of that was driven on the fact that this is his 3rd start back, and so this is the first time he's been in the 5th inning, and so I have to take all that stuff into consideration. And so it's not about one extra hitter, pitches, innings. It's about continuing to build up. So then he has the base and the foundation to keep going. And so right now for me, it was an easy one because I thought we got out of it, as far as for him, a very positive outing. And we get to that next turn and continue to go from there.
Seems like after you took him out, kind of It looked like the old Clayton kind of pacing around.
Yeah, he was mad. He was mad because he's so smart. He's mad that he left the slider up to Trey Turner. He's mad that he left the slider up to Schwarber. And those are things that, he's mad that he hit Marsh. And so those are things that, if he doesn't do that, he gets to the fifth clean. So that's the thing that I respect that.
Do you take that as a good sign?
That's a great sign.
That it's angry instead of kind of being dejected? Or...
Absolutely, absolutely.
Dave, with Brusdar, and just having put Blake on the IL too, you lose Brusdar, how does that change your bullpen usage moving forward, I guess, knowing you kind of tax those guys a lot?
I think, the initial thing that we're going to do is Michael's going to come back. So we got Michael Grove coming back. He's here in town. So it kind of, I guess, lightly as it worked out. So he'll be active tomorrow. And he's fresh. Thanks, guys.